The Yamaha R1M is the most overrated superbike on YouTube and ever. If your feelings are hurt, then you can leave now. But if you can sit through a few minutes of writing and talking, you were probably raised by your mom and you're tough as f. The rest of you can wish your dad a happy Mother's Day for me. Welcome to a Double Moto, where I talk, you listen, and when the video's done, we argue in the comments section. You guys know how this works. Let's go. Welcome back to the most controversial motovlogging channel on YouTube. And today we're gonna shit on the R1M. God, it's chilly. What can I say about the R1M? Well, I owned a 2015 R1, and then when I started this channel, I bought a 2015 R1M. So for those of you wondering, I have real-world experience owning both motorcycles. And I too was caught up in the bullshit about the R1M. The R1M is the most amazing motorcycle there ever was. It's way better than the regular R1. But what if I told you, you're in Crackheadville? What if I told you the R1 is almost the exact same bike as the R1M? I've mentioned this in other videos, but it's time I make a dedicated video to shitting on the R1M. You know why my legs are cold? I'm not wearing my boots. I'm wearing these shoes. These are actually riding shoes, but I'm not wearing my boots. Okay, let's talk about what the R1M has over the R1. The most obvious thing is the carbon fiber fairings. Cool! If that's your thing, it might be worth the extra $9 grand. We'll talk about pricing later. It has electronic suspension. Cool! Öhlins is great. I love them. Their electronic suspension is the same suspension I have on my Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory, which I love. Data logger. Also pretty cool, useful at the track, not useful anywhere else. Paint scheme. The R1M just has clear coat on the swing arm, I believe, and also clear coat on the tank. I believe the tank is like aluminum. Correct me if I'm wrong for 2020 and up. Come on, get in neutral. Yeah. The other thing that's different, the M badges everywhere. You see, do you see what I'm getting at here? Same engine, same power, not even like, they don't even have different tunes. They may have a little bit different ECU, again, because of the electronic suspension, but the IMU in the R1M is the same IMU in the R1. Still has slide control, wheelie control, cornering ABS, all the good stuff that a 6-axis IMU is known to help with. Now let's talk about the wheels. The magnesium wheels that they often market also comes in the R1. The same exact wheels on the R1M come on the R1, believe it or not. And you guys know, if you guys have been a long time follower of this channel, the R1M, the magnesium wheels, they're not all that special. Dudes have weighed them against regular cast aluminum wheels, and some cast aluminum wheels I've heard are even lighter than the magnesium ones. We know for a fact that the aluminum forged versions from companies like Marchesini are a lot lighter than the magnesium wheels from the R1 and the R1M. If you're part of the R1 community, the R1 forum, when that bike came out, the R1M, this is something everybody kind of tested and found out. Those magnesium wheels, more of a marketing gimmick than they are anything else. But a lot of you guys will still argue with me about, oh, magnesium, do you know anything about magnesium? That's fine, you got your opinion. I got my facts though. So, it is so cold out here. Gee whiz, I need some coffee. It is coffee time. Let's talk about World Superbike real quick. Top Rack, the 2020 World Superbike champion, rides for Yamaha Pata, a factory-supported team in the World Superbike. I'm willing to bet some money that that bike, or the bikes that they use in World Superbike, are just regular R1s and not the M's. One, they swap out the suspension right away for full manual suspension. They swap out the wheels for true forged wheels, and then they add all their crazy electronics and whatever package they have. But at the end of the day, the World Superbike bikes, the bikes that are actual super bikes, like we call these bikes super bikes, but they're not super bikes, okay? They're closer to super stock. Those bikes start off as an R1 and not the R1M. If anybody from Yamaha is watching this, can you guys confirm? It didn't fucking catch me. God damn it. I'm gonna have to run this fucking light. Never catches me, bro. It's just annoying. In Washington State, you're allowed to make a left turn if the fucking light doesn't catch you. You're even allowed to like run a red light. Don't quote me on that, but I heard that, so I'm pretty sure that is true. There's a good coffee shop here. It's called Blue Steel. Oh god, that is scary when that thing's coming at you like that, bro. Holy shit, bro. My god, dude. Alright, let's get some coffee. It's cloudy, but it's not warm today, and I don't think this light's gonna catch me. I'm pretty sure this light's not gonna catch me. This all said a wheelie. Oh, it caught me, yay. Were you telling me to wheelie? I don't know how to wheelie. It's like a little pit bike, street legal. Yeah, it's 125 cc's. All right, so this is the price of a Yamaha R1 and an R1M. All right, MSRP is $26,999, and the regular R1 $17,999. That's a $9,000 difference. That was some good coffee. Should we do an appreciation post? Okay, appreciation stop. Check it out, guys. It's my 2022 Honda Grom. I traded a Sur-Ron for this. Do I regret it? No, I love it. I have another Sur-Ron. And I've been wanting to give the Grom a try again. So there's a Honda dealership nearby. Let's go. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking. Hey Adobo, what about that electronic suspension? Well, I have some experience with electronic suspension, and I'll tell you what electronic suspension is good for. Electronic suspension is great for street riding. Having something that automatically adjusts damping while you ride, it's amazing. Is it great at the track? Absolutely. You don't really have to worry too much about dialing in your settings, because again, it's pretty much done for you. The only thing you really have to keep track of is your tire pressure. Tire wear is a big concern at the track, but every electronic suspension that I've ridden at the track, the tire wear has been pretty nice. I've never really had to adjust anything, but I've never ridden electronic suspension at the track in manual mode. Here's what's great about manual suspension though. It stays consistent at the track all the time. So the suspension, once you set it, it's doing the same things over and over at the same corners, at the same straights, at the same corkscrews. Whereas electronic suspension, it could be different at different times of whatever lap you're doing. Now I'm gonna make a separate video on this, but I'm gonna say it in this video. The reason racers prefer things like Olin suspension over OEM suspension is serviceability. Let me explain. Have you ever heard of quick change sprockets on motorcycles, or like quick change wheel axles, where you can change the wheels and the sprockets very, very quickly, either in between a lap or in between sessions? Well, that's the advantage of manual suspension like the ones offered by Olin's. You're able to change springs without taking out the forks. Everything's just a lot easier to work on with quality race suspension. So that means OEM suspension like KYB, Showa, the suspension that comes in production motorcycles, they're not necessarily bad. They're just not as easy to service. I mean, think about it. The R1 does come with fully adjustable suspension. They're just not the type of suspension that's fully serviceable on the go. Kind of makes you wonder, do you really need full Olin suspension on the streets? The short answer, no. So cold. Alright, I've never been in here, but there is a bike I want to just kind of sit on. It's the CRF 110. I love that motorcycle, man. Oh, look at that. GR86. Nice. Oh, God. Look at that thing. Holy cannoli. What is that? Honda Talon. Weird. Okay, so I walked in here. Turns out my homie fucking Rob still works here, bro. And then I fucking ended up having like a fucking 45-minute car. I haven't checked out 0 bikes. But this is Rob. Look at his face, dude.
Yeah.
Savage, bro. This guy. Alright.
So here's the drawing of what happened. So this is me with my chainsaw. And then there's a tree right here. Just like that. It's all treed out. And then here's another tree back here. All treed out to your right, they're tied up. This tree is completely dead. So as soon as I cut this tree came with it, hit me in the back of the head, and the stump that I got hit in looked like this because it was all barbed. And I got my face slammed into that. Dude, it like cut through the roof of my mouth, and I lost like 2 teeth back here. And then the state didn't pay me a cent, bro. I had to pay out of pocket for my own med. Yeah, it was raw, dude.
You were working for the state, right?
No, I was working privately. I was doing a private job in Oregon with my employer. It was still employer, but they didn't pay me out for shit, dog.
No workers' comp, none, man?
I got $600.
Oh my God, dude.
$600.
What the fuck, man? What
That's why I started doing this. I was like, bro, I'm never working a trade again, dog. Look at I'm doing that.
This is better though, right?
Yeah,
Some commission.
bro, dude, I can make
Chill.
like, I made like $15 an hour doing that shit, bro.
God. And then you fucking got your face fucking Final Destination on your
They
face,
had me
bro.
back at work like 3 weeks later, bro. Yeah, it was bad.
Can you guys tell this fool's Filipino?
They can't.
They can't. You got a Z900, very cool bike. SC Project exhaust, dude. Look at this. Woo. And then we got a ZH2. Very cool, man. Are these supercharged too? There's a CBR over here. There it is. Check it out. Damn, Fireblade. No forged wheels though. I guess they're working on it for a customer or something. Krapovich with the catalytic converter. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. First one I've seen in person. RSV4 all day, bro. Alright, that was fun. It's good to see my friends. Southbound Motorsports. If you guys ever come in here, come see Rob, Manny. There's the Honda. Get all this wet shit off. Like, do regular rules apply to Grums? Like, can I just ride on the sidewalk like I do my Suron? I don't know. I miss having motorcycle friends, man. I don't really have that many motorcycle friends now. I used to back in the day, and I had a ton of fun riding with the homies. Most of my homies don't ride anymore, or they just don't ride anymore. If that makes sense. Some of them have bikes, some of them don't. I also like being a lone wolf as well. I think I'm gonna set up a ride with Rob and Jason. Really cool dude. Maybe even Devin. I'm always just visiting them at their jobs. Oh man, I'm such a dweeb. A dweeb on a fast-ass Grom! Fully tucked. Let's go, baby! Oh god, it's so windy. Come on, come on. Go faster, go faster. Woohoo! Got 55 there. So back to what I was talking about. The R1M, great bike, great motorcycle, great technology, very cool carbon fiber fairings. Is it worth 27 grand? You guys already know the answer to that, I believe, if you've been following me for a while. The answer to that is no. The R1M is just this overhyped motorcycle. Almost got hit by this Kia. I think me and this Kia pulled out at the same time. Ah, come on. Ah. But hey, what do I know? You don't gotta listen to me. These are just my opinions. I'll see you ding-dongs in the comment section. Later, dudes!